New videos every day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's topic, pizza. Frozen pizzas to be exact. Today I'm going to give you the best and worst of the frozen pizzas, but I want to start by asking you, what's the best pizza you've ever had? Is it a frozen pizza? Maybe you went to Chicago or you went to New York or wherever you think they have the best pizza. I want to know where you think the best pizza comes from. And if you don't have a favorite pizza to leave, then let me know what your favorite pizza topping is. Mine is pineapple. So let's just go ahead and dive right in here. First up is this Totino's Pizza Party. We can flip this over. And in a second, I'm gonna go through these ingredients a little bit more and talk a little bit more specifically about them. But first, I just want you to realize that you can just glance at an ingredient label like this and know immediately, without reading any of it, this is a chemically processed frankenfood loaded with food chemicals that are really harmful for you. And this is not a healthy food. So just this long ingredient list on its own should be a red flag for you. But then if we kind of look at a little bit more detail, you'll notice that I've started to circle some of these. So what I started circling is banned food chemicals. So BHA and BHT, butylated hydroxytoluene and butylated hydroxyanilase. And again, these are preservatives. They are found in everything from frozen pizzas to chewing gum, and they have been banned in the UK and several different European countries. And we've actually got it on this label 3 different times. We've got the ever elusive natural flavors, which again, there's actually a whole list of different chemicals that can just have that unassuming name, natural flavoring, on the label. And I have a whole separate video talking about what those natural flavors are. We also have TBHQ, tertiary butylated hydroxyquinone, is on here. Modified cornstarch, soy protein isolate, mechanically separated chicken. That's just a couple of the different ingredients on here. It would take me a couple hours to actually go through every single one of these ingredients. But what I want you to kind of take from this is that not only do we have some of these banned food chemicals, we've also got genetically modified organisms, or GMOs, in here. So when we see canola oil, when we see soybean oil or anything like that, most of the canola and soy in the United States are genetically modified. So chances are that's gonna be the ingredients that are in here. And then again, we've also got sugar, we've got, I won't even look at the nutrition facts on this. That would be a whole other video. This video, we're just comparing ingredient labels. So this, I would say, is among the worst, right? And I actually have another of the same brand. So I got the cheesy one and the meaty one. And what I want to point out here, if you can kind of see how these labels look together, here's the same brand of pizza, the meat versus the cheese, how many more ingredients there are in the meaty one than the cheesy one. So not only is the ingredient label bigger, but it's also smaller font over here. So one simple thing we can do if we are in a situation that we have to eat a frozen pizza, or we're really hungry or whatever, is to just get the one without the meat. And just having the one that doesn't have meat on it is gonna save you a huge amount of different chemicals that they don't have on the cheese pizza. So that's what I wanted to point out about these. These are what I would probably say are the worst. So we'll kind of move those down here. So next up, we have DiGiorno. And again, I brought 2 different DiGiornos. On this one, this is just a little basic cheese pizza. Again, we've got these natural flavors, modified cornstarch, all kinds of different natural butter flavor type ingredients on here. And again, I just want you to be able to know that you can look at an ingredient label like this and know that, wow, that's a whole lot of weird, crazy ingredients, and just kind of know without even having to read it that this is not going to be a healthy product. But again, you can kind of compare and see that while it is significantly less ingredients than this other pizza. So if I was between these two, I would just kind of go for the one that has the shorter ingredient list. And already we know that this one with the shorter ingredient list, it doesn't have the BHA, the TBHQ, BHT, other preservatives in it. So that's kind of the benefit once you start just opting for something like a shorter ingredient list. So these guys are down here. These are among the worst. And then I wanted to bring up this other DiGiorno. So this DiGiorno I grabbed because it kind of, the look on the front of the box, it doesn't actually say healthy on it or anything, but it kind of is looking healthier, you know, compared to this bright red one, right? So it's like a white box. It's just a lot cleaner. It actually has some of the nutrition facts kind of broken down on the front. So it's kind of giving you the idea, oh, that this might be a healthier product. But again, we can turn it over and we can see, again, we've got the sodium nitrates and nitrates, which we found in both of the other pizzas that had meat on them. This one actually also has BHA and BHT. I can circle them on here so you can see them. And again, those are banned food chemicals. Sugar, of course, sodium, aluminum phosphate, natural flavor once again. So what I want to just point out here is that even this one that kind of looks a little healthier on the front is still a chemical frankenfood nightmare when we actually turn it over and read the back. And it actually does contain a couple chemicals which have been banned in other countries. So let's start talking about something that's maybe not as bad. So here I have an Amy's pizza. This is the Amy's Organic. We have this very widely available in Austin. I would imagine they're available other places as well. But we can just kind of look at this ingredient list and notice a couple things right off the bat. Number one, a lot bigger font than any of those other ingredient lists. And what that kind of says to me is, well, they're not trying to keep us from reading the ingredient list as much. If they've got a bigger ingredient list, bigger font, then they're not as worried about us reading the ingredient label. So that's just something right there. And then again, of course, we've got wheat flour as the first ingredient, tomatoes, vinegar, salt, enzymes, skim milk. I'm not going to read all of this, but what you can gather is that there's no BHA, TBHQ, sodium, aluminum phosphate, or any of those kind of weird, crazy chemical ingredients that we saw all over those other ones. One way to think about this is if you actually took one of the ingredients and put it into Google Images, would it come up with a picture or would it come up with a chemical name? And things that will actually have a picture associated with them, like tomato, cheese, skim milk, right? There's actually a picture. You can imagine what that food is. That's how you know it's not a chemical and it's going to be a lot healthier for you. And then there's actually this other one that I want to show you also. And you can kind of compare how these ingredient lists look. This one has by far the least number of ingredients of any of these pizzas I've picked up. And it actually has even less ingredients than this organic Amy's brand over here. So between these two pizzas, obviously I'm not going to tell you that a pizza could be healthy, right? This is still a junk food. But when we're looking at, what's the least junkiest McJunkie junk that we could be eating? This is a big consideration. So this big font on the ingredient label or just a really short ingredient label. So wheat flour, corn oil, yeast, milk cultures, tomato puree. You get the idea, right? These aren't really long, crazy chemical names. This is actual things that actually have a picture associated with them. We can imagine what this food might look like. So just in general, these are gonna probably be a lot better bets than your other ones. This one is a home run brand of pizza. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I want you to let me know if this was helpful for you and what other foods you'd like to see me compare. So if there's other foods that you'd like me to do something similar with, actually going and comparing ingredient labels, you can leave that in the comments and let me know what you'd like to see. Again, I want you to leave me your favorite pizza toppings or who you think has the very best pizza. In a video, I'm gonna take you into my stupid easy kitchen, and I'm actually gonna show you how to make a healthy pizza, or a healthy kind of Corrina version of pizza that will satisfy my pizza cravings without having all of these crazy ingredients. That's something that's actually gonna be a lot healthier. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more about me, you can visit my website, CorrinaRachel.com. Please be sure to subscribe to the Psychetruth channel so you can see all of our future videos, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.